Chester, my favorite town in the UK, gave me one of the best leadership lessons just by standing there and walking down this amazing Roman wall. Because nearly 2,000 years ago, the Romans built a wall around Chester. And why does it matter? It's still standing. Meanwhile, some nonprofits launch programs with less structural support than a folding chair at a community hall. And that's the issue, because everybody loves to talk about growth, new initiatives, new visibility, new ways of meeting the moment, and sure, great, love the energy. But organizations are also trying to build something fast, and they forget to build something that can last. Chester's wall is still here because the Romans were not out to improvise the vibes. They had infrastructure in mind. They built with intention, they built with durability, and nonprofits should take the hint. Because real growth, the kind that lasts for decades, not just through the next funding cycle, needs more urgency and optimism. It needs really a foundation. Not a beautiful mission statement framed on a website like an inspirational wall art. Actual clarity. So what are we going to do? What matters most? What do we say yes to? What do we stop pretending to have capacity for? It's really about decision-making, communication, donor stewardship, data, process, accountability. These are the things that make missions hold. Because if the mission isn't the vision's the wall, and there's the intentional design. This is where a lot of nonprofits get into trouble because they confuse speed with strategy. A need appears, funding opens up, everybody panics a little, and suddenly a whole new program is born out of urgency, duct tape, and one extremely overcommitted employee. That's not infrastructure. That's a Band-Aid with a logo. Intentional design means asking harder questions before you build. What's this for? Who's it for? What will sustain it? What is the actual model? How does it connect to the mission? Because we have to move quickly. Sometimes it's very real, but it's not a long-term architecture plan. And then, of course, there's the maintenance. Everyone's favorite topic, right? No one wants to talk about the maintenance. But maintenance is why things endure. It is why the walls still stand. It's why the mission survives. All the leadership transitions, funding clips, staff turnover, and all the other chaos that shows up the minute you try to do some meaningful work over time. The organizations that last truly are not the flashiest. They're the ones who keep repairing, strengthening, reviewing, and tending what they built. And that's the real lesson. If you want your mission to stand the test of time, build like the Romans. Not fast, not flashy, strong enough to carry generations, because success is not just launching something people will notice. It's building something that people can still rely on long after you're gone.
Running a nonprofit isn't always a walk in the park, but it doesn't have to be that way. Get more tips and ideas just by subscribing. Trust me, it's easier than digging for bones.